Debate and criticism over U.S. President Donald Trump's age and health have been ongoing. However, in a recent interview with New York Magazine, Trump and several of his close advisors dismissed all such concerns, stating that Trump is completely healthy. The report was published on Monday, based on interviews conducted at the Oval Office last month. Before the interview took place, Trump had warned that he would sue the magazine if it published any false or negative reports about his health. Concerns about Trump's physical condition have grown after images and reports circulated in the media and online showing him appearing to fall asleep during meetings, visible bruises on his hands, and a recently leaked image of an MRI-like medical scan. Trump, who is 79 years old, and his close associates have tried to brush off these concerns. In several meetings, Trump has been seen sitting with his eyes closed, giving the impression that he had fallen asleep. Addressing this habit, U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio told New York Magazine that closing his eyes is simply Trump's way of listening attentively. White House Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt echoed the same explanation. Trump was recently seen appearing drowsy during a cabinet meeting, which was attended by New York Magazine reporter Ben Terris. A few minutes into the meeting, White House Staff Secretary Will Sharp said, "At first, I also thought he was dozing off, but it's not that. When he's thinking deeply about an issue, he sometimes leans forward or backward, closes his eyes, or looks down often, because he's taking notes on his lap." Trump himself offered a different explanation, referring to a cabinet meeting held last December. He told the magazine, "I was sitting in a room with 28 people for 3.5 hours. It was very boring. I had to sit there and listen to everyone. I was moving my hands so people would think I was paying attention, but inside I was desperate to get out of there." Photos from the Oval Office showing Trump with his eyes closed during an event went viral on social media, fueling speculation that he had fallen asleep. When asked about the visible bruises on his hands, Trump firmly stated, "It's just from shaking hands with so many people." His personal physician, Navy Captain Sean Barbabella, confirmed that explanation. Trump also referenced his father, Fred Trump, saying, "He died in 1999 at the age of 93. He started having some problems around age 86 or 87. What do you call that?" At that moment, Trump pointed to his forehead and looked to Press Secretary Caroline Leavitt for help. She replied, "Alzheimer's." Trump responded, "Yes, something like Alzheimer's, but I don't have that." Regarding a recent medical test, Trump said, "It was one of the worst things I've ever done. I blame them for it," referring to his Dr. Barbabella and White House Medical Unit Chief James Jones. "They told me to take the test, and now that I did, people are saying I must have something wrong." Dr. James Jones clarified that the test was primarily a CT scan of the chest and abdomen, conducted as part of Trump's routine annual health examination at Walter Reed Medical Center. "At this age, any patient may have some physical issues, which is why we examine him," Jones said. "The results were absolutely perfect. There were no problems at all." Jones, who also served as a presidential physician during Barack Obama's administration, was asked by journalist Ben Terris who was healthier as President Trump or Obama. Jones clearly sided with Trump. Trump's aides conceded only one issue related to his age. A senior administration official, speaking on condition of anonymity, said the president's hearing has declined slightly. Trump himself denied this claim. However, there were signs that Trump occasionally thinks about his own mortality. According to the report, after the death of former U.S. President Jimmy Carter, Trump remarked, "Within the next 10 years, I'll probably be in the same position."